The whole concept of integrated and holistic is so important. Bringing together a care team that looks at the whole you and not going to all these different providers that don't speak with each other is just critical. And I think America is ready for this. We want something different. We are getting sicker. We are not getting healthier.
Welcome back to the Fitt Insider Podcast. I'm your host, Joe Veneri. Today I'm joined by Betsy Foster, co-founder and president of Love.Life. In this episode, we explore the company's integrated health and wellness club. Betsy shares how Love.Life combines functional medicine, cutting-edge fitness, and nourishing food under one roof. Plus, we discuss lessons learned from 25 years at Whole Foods, disrupting sick care, and scaling a holistic health model. Let's get into it. Today's episode is brought to you by EGYM. EGYM provides fitness and health facilities with smart workout solutions built on its ecosystem of hardware, software, and partners. But it's more than cool tech. Their connected training experience delivers business results while helping members reach their wellness goals. If you run a gym, health club, YMCA, or any kind of fitness facility, you should check them out. Visit egym.com to learn more. Hi, Betsy. Welcome to Fitt Insider. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, excited to chat today. You have an incredible experience coming from Whole Foods now at Love.Life. It's something we've covered on the newsletter and Fitt Insider website. So excited to learn more, but maybe to kick things off, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us about Love.Life?
Great. Well, thank you again for having me. I'm Betsy Foster. I'm co-founder and president of Love.Life. For us, Love.Life is the new future of health. We really believe we need a new model, and we are delivering that. Our higher purpose is to inspire people to love life and live well, and we really feel like this is what our country needs so much. We do this by bringing together functional and integrative medicine, nourishing food, precision wellness, cutting-edge fitness and technology, all under one roof with a personalized care plan to empower people to be the best version of themselves. And we offer a huge range of treatments, experts, and different modalities that people can experience all under one roof with us. We have the best of Eastern, the best of Western medicine. We look at emerging science. We watch trends. We have everything from breath work to Reiki, energy healing. We have acupuncture. We have dietitians. We have functional lifestyle, integrative medicine. And so all of that under one roof to really address your total health, your total self, all aspects of your health. So we're very excited about this and feel like it is truly going to transform health and healthcare in America.
Yeah, it's a pretty incredible concept. And as you're talking about it, I don't even know if expansive, comprehensive, just all encompassing, all those words probably apply. And I think it's a lot of things that both as consumers and operators, it's things they're interested in pursuing, started businesses around, and also partaking in to improve their health. How did you, even begin to think like, this is how we get everything integrated into one package?
That is a great question. I think there's some lessons learned, having been at Whole Foods for almost 30 years. We had a whole range of health and wellness programs. I was fortunate to get to lead up most of those. But for me, it started with some of my own personal health journey. Just after I turned 40, I got a routine lab panel, and my cholesterol had just gone through the roof. And, my primary care provider had recommended I should go on meds and be on them for life. And I thought, oh my gosh, no, I'm too young. There has to be a better way. And I didn't know what that way was, but I was determined to figure that out. And so I began my own personal health journey, trying to learn about different modalities, different options, different providers. And luckily, I was fortunate that coincided at the time that Whole Foods was moving in the direction of adding some health and wellness programs. And the first program that we created was called Wellness Clubs. And We created these in the middle of some of our retail stores for our customers so they could learn about different diet and lifestyle options to improve their health. And that could include cooking classes, guest speakers, etc. So that was great from a customer facing perspective. But we really found we needed to do things for our team members. And we created this program called Total Health Immersions with some third party partners. And we invited our team members to apply, and they would go to this resort or retreat, really is the right word, for a week. And during the course of the week, they got lots of education, information, movement classes, understanding of health and wellness, understanding that just because you may be genetically disposed, it doesn't have to determine your fate. And over the course of this week, our team members ate healthy, did movement and exercises, did some meditation, and really learned a tremendous amount. And it was rare in the course of 1 week that our team members who came in on hypertensive meds left on them at the end of a week. And we saw, and our team members saw, how transformative this was, that you truly could, if you would fuel your body in the right ways and take care of your body, you really can heal and prevent and reverse chronic disease. And that was very inspirational for us and for our team members. And team members that came back would lose sometimes 50, 75, 100 pounds and really, really transform their lives. However, at Whole Foods, we were in a retail grocery store and we were a grocer at the core of our DNA. And we even went on to do our own medical and wellness centers. But we had seen the impact we could have on people's lives, but it was very difficult to really fulfill true health and healthcare inside a retail grocery store, if you will. But that was really what gave us the inspiration, the vision, and the knowledge to know that we had to do something more.
Yeah, it's so interesting to think about it. It really planted that seed, if you will, at Whole Foods on this retreat. And obviously, some of the team has now moved over to Love Life, including John Mackey, who was the co-founder of Whole Foods. How early or how long ago did you all start, brainstorming, talking about, hey, in our next act or whatever that thing might be, maybe we turn this retreat into a clinic or a company or, whatever version it has become now?
We had talked about this for a long time at Whole Foods. At Whole Foods, we used to have a saying that there were the foodies and the healthies. And I think we were all both, some of each, but we really felt like we needed to bring that health piece forward. And so we started talking about this more actively about doing something bigger back in 2018, 2019. And then we decided to start the company in 2020.
And now, for maybe folks who aren't familiar, there's the kind of flagship location in Los Angeles. It's, I think it's like 45,000 square feet. So it's a massive undertaking.
Yes.
Talk about, the retail grocer footprint, like not dissimilar maybe from some of the larger Whole Foods locations. What has the reception been like? What is that kind of, even now, still early, like the customer experience, the membership, what's all kind of entailed?
It is 45,000 square feet. It's our flagship in LA. We're in El Segundo, and the reception has been phenomenal. Our customers who become members, we sell memberships, have really been amazed at the range of modalities that we have all under one roof. We have an incredible team of experts that we curated very carefully and really believe in this model and this vision and higher purpose of health and transforming people's lives. They have truly felt like there's great people, great modalities, and want to become members. I mean, as you know, we literally just opened this month. So we're very excited to see how this can go.
From the kind of membership offerings, it's almost as expansive as the different modalities. So there's more fitness focused, health focused, kind of precision medicine focused. What can people expect and choose from, and how did you arrive at, let's say, this is what's going to be included in these different packages, this is what's going to be included in general as you as you walk through the doors?
So, really, this has been our last few years curating what modalities should be under that roof. And we've worked with a large team of experts in a range of different areas to bring this together. So, we have tried to address the traditional fitness and wellness component, but it's really so much more. Our fitness and recovery membership includes a really cutting edge fitness. It is not a large space that is full of just your traditional gym equipment. We have very new equipment. We have very specialized and very tech forward equipment. Two of our most sought after machines, if you will, that people are using, a machine called OxFit and another called iMove. They're very high tech. For example, iMove has a large disc, if you will, that you stand on. It is rotating at the same time that it is tilted, at the same time that it is not centered. And so, as you are on this device over the course of 20 minutes, it has activated over 95% of the muscles in your body, which very rarely in any equipment that you use in a traditional gym do you ever activate near that number of your body and muscles. And it's incredible for rehabilitation and it's fantastic for balance as we all start to think about longevity. So for us, it's been curating different memberships and meeting people where they are. So someone may want to start with a fitness and recovery membership, which is more the fitness, the classes, but it also includes recovery, an incredible recovery area. We have 3 different types of sauna: steam, infrared, as well as dry. We also have cold plunges. And so people can recover as much as they exercise and push their bodies. So people may want to start there. They're more familiar perhaps with a gym type membership. But we think what we are really about is our medical memberships, which also include fitness and recovery. So for us, our optimized membership has 3 different tracks so that you can identify with what your own personal health goals are. You may have chronic disease and need more care from the care team, the medical care team. And so you may prefer that track. Or, as you mentioned, you might be interested in high performance. And so you might want to use a lot of our performance modalities and work on precision nutrition as well. And so we have tracks that can meet people where they are that line up with their own personal goals. And so that's how we have really tried to think about the member and because personalized medicine is so important. We need to move from this one size fits all sick care model into a much more preventive well care model that can meet people where they are on their health journey and move them towards their health goals.
Yeah, you mentioned, the experience at Whole Foods and the kind of retreat, and then also your personal just health and wellness journey. But how much of this vision and maybe even opportunity was driven by looking at the current, just system and saying this isn't working, obviously, for the majority of people, the rates of chronic disease, the mental health crisis, just a number of things you could go through and list them
Right.
all. Was it looking at that and maybe working backwards? Was it looking at consumer trends and trying to appeal to those? Because they don't exactly line up, especially as you're approaching it in this very intentional way: precision nutrition, medicine, all these things. I'm just curious, like, how you're able to kind of maybe work backwards or identify the specific things you wanted to tackle and then start to say, this is how we make meaningful change.
Sure. I think for us, it started with our immersions, which focused more from a chronic disease reversal state. We looked at the numbers. We spend almost $4 trillion on healthcare in this country, and over 3 trillion of that is focused on diseases that are really diet and lifestyle related. Cardiovascular is our number one issue. We see huge rising rates of obesity, type 2 diabetes. Again, very diet and lifestyle focused. So, again, driven by the Total Health Immersion Program, our medical and wellness centers that we had, we came first more from a chronic disease reversal perspective. But as we really began to study the market and the industry and learn and meet with people, we realized that, if you will, as sick as you can be with chronic disease, you can be equally as well on the other end of the spectrum. And so we really expanded the vision to really look at true total health. And so that was what really opened up our vision to bring together the whole person to be the best version of themselves. And that led to bringing in energy healing, bringing forward performance equipment, bringing forward recovery modalities, bringing forward energy healing, acupuncture, and then personalize it into an integrated care plan. And so it's really letting us meet people where they are, create that personalized care plan, but let them be the best version of themselves. So it to answer your question, it's really coming at it really in both directions and expanding the vision into a total health for everyone.
The Fit Insider Podcast is brought to you by our friends at EGYM. This is an exciting partnership for us, and not just because EGYM makes some of the most innovative fitness products out there, but because the entire EGYM team, led by their CEO Philip, is committed to making health, fitness, and well-being more accessible for everyone. And that's a mission we can get behind. By combining their smart equipment with integrated software and hundreds of connected partner brands, EGYM helps fitness facilities stand out by delivering a personalized, gamified workout experience that improves outcomes and member engagement. So if you're a gym or health club operator thinking about how to best serve your members while driving business results, go see what EGYM is up to at egym.com. Yeah, there's also, as you're talking about, obviously the East meets West and very forward thinking, cutting edge with like obviously kind of essential tried and true behavior change, lifestyle modification. So all these different pieces, this kind of overall shift in the industry towards more integrated. We've described it as like the gym as clinic model, or longevity and health clubs memberships. And at times there's criticism, oh, it's too expensive for the average person. There's kind of unproven techniques and modalities that go into it. Is it going to move the needle for individuals that need it most? Those sorts of things. But also at the same time, like what we're doing in terms of like the healthcare industry also is not working. So that criticism is also, it's kind of misplaced, because what else are people going to do? If they want to take care of themselves, these are the types of things that they want. How do you think about whether it's Love Life specifically or this overall movement of maybe brick and mortar clinics, longevity memberships, shifting this focus towards prevention, but can it crack the code? Can it be accessible? If everyone is, maybe too far to go, but a significant number of people to like impact this, kind of chronic disease crisis that we're experiencing.
Right. Well, I do think that if we think about many people might, for example, have a gym membership, or they might have someone they go to for acupuncture or perhaps mental health, or they might have another service that they do. What we don't see is that when you aggregate those expenditures together, you're really not necessarily spending more. And what's great about Love Life is it's all under one roof. And when you add to that, because it's under one roof, all of these different providers and experts are actually talking to each other for you to help support you. So I think that is a component. I also think the other piece is shifting from the sick care model. We pay when you are sick. We will pay for your medications, your procedures, etc. We need to shift that thinking to pay for preventative care, and then we will meaningfully reduce the sick care bill. And net, we will spend tremendously less. And as a result, we will have happier, healthier, more vibrant people living longer, not just quantity, but also quality. And we will have spent a lot less in the process.
Yeah, I think it's certainly aspirational. Obviously, I personally align with that. And I know that's, thinking about how do we get prescription medicine, if you will, or at least prevention, to the extent that maybe insurers or payers or employers are picking up the tab. Do you think, absent like a wholesale shift towards that, is that something that Love Life will pursue to try to say like, hey, how do we partner? How do we create opportunities where, whether it's insurers or employers or maybe subsidizing what you're offering?
I think one of the things that's really key and is in our trends category is data. And I think it's being able to show true health outcomes. And so one of the things we have really focused on is technology and capturing data. For example, we have our app and we capture wearables data so that not only can members or the providers see their information, but the members can see their information and measure that and track that and set goals against it. But by measuring these things, we will have data that then we can go to the corporations, the B2B, as well as the insurers, and really be able to demonstrate the reduced cost and the improved health outcomes. And that will create meaningful change in that model.
Changing gears a little bit, I remember when I think we first caught wind of, Love Life getting formed, and then maybe initially it was a cafe restaurant concept, and then also like acquired a telehealth company. You mentioned the app and technology. That's what kind of sparked this thought. Where do those pieces fit in now? Is there a telehealth component, virtual, whether it's visits or programming? How did that kind of lead to the decision to say, hey, this is going to be maybe not a virtual program solely? It's going to be a kind of brick and mortar clubs, and we're going to have this technology or app or telehealth component.
Sure. So on the telehealth component, we did acquire a telehealth company that is Love Life Telehealth, which is a fantastic company that offers lifestyle and functional integrative medicine virtually. They see patients in all 50 states, and I think at this point they've seen almost patients from almost 30 countries around the world as well that have found them. But I think from our immersion program, if we go back to that, we learned that there is a lot that can be done remotely, but there's also a lot that can be done in person. And so I think they can be very complementary. And if you think about even COVID, for example, COVID really accelerated telehealth medicine and normalized it. And for a lot of people, it will take us a long time to be able to get to all the cities, much like we did at Whole Foods. It took us a long time as we moved across the country and built out stores in different cities. So this is a way to be complementary. It also is a way to combine the best of both. Even if you live in a city that doesn't have a Love Life, you could have a lot of the medical and other components, and we could prescribe, for example, that you should do infrared sauna and a cold plunge, or you should go get a DEXA scan that includes, body composition and bone mineral density testing. So I think there are ways that we can leverage them together. We also hope to do our immersion programs at our bricks and mortar and be able to bring in people from around the country, much like we did our immersions at Whole Foods, and then they can have a telehealth doc when they go back to their home place. So they're very synergistic, if you will, over the long term.
Yeah, all these pieces coming together to create this total wellness experience. It's no easy task, right? To say, hey, how do we have the best of the technology, the best telehealth, the best doctors, care teams, trainers, nutritionists? How are you thinking about, well, with location one, how did you build this team? How do you bring it together? And then that's all these moving pieces, all the expertise that goes into that. Thinking about scaling this, it gets super complicated to do that at a high level. How do you make these teams work and continue to deliver, such a high quality experience?
We read a lot and we've talked to a lot of people, and you learn in every one of those encounters. And you add onto your team experts in these areas, whether they're advisors or their team members, et cetera. So we have phenomenal experts that we are working with. We've got human performance experts. We have medical experts. We have curated that team. And so that starts to build that institutional knowledge. And so I think about us opening, and to a large degree, we're going to iterate. We're going to get customer feedback. We're going to iterate. It is new. So as part of being new is we're bringing a lot of new to the market. We have to educate not only our team members, but our members to help them understand what we have, how to use it perhaps, why this is important. But we will build that through scale, and that knowledge will grow. And much like Whole Foods, what was a little natural and organic grocery store? Nothing. Nobody knew. No one understand. But so we want to do the same thing we did at Whole Foods to food to health and healthcare.
Yeah, there is a, also unique aspect with the knowledge of Whole Foods, not the brand, but also just the concept of eating well and nutrition and all those sorts of things. It's always been something, I personally looked at and said, the quote unquote fitness industry or health clubs or wellness studios, it almost not mentioned at all. Just nutrition, the importance of food, access to it. You've gone ahead and said not only are you going to do nutrition experts and include that in the kind of broader care team, but also have cafes and food on site. How do you think about the role of food specifically integrating into this now and as you continue to grow?
I think food is a vital, critical component. What we put into our bodies, how we fuel our bodies, truly affects our long term health. We need to marry it with these other aspects as well. But food is very foundational. And we feel like for so many people, having access to healthy, truly health promoting food is so critical. And we unfortunately have reached a place where we eat a lot of fast food in this country, a lot of sugar, a lot of salt, a lot of fat. And so our palate is trained to that. And a lot of us eat out. We don't have time to cook or perhaps don't know how. And so one of the things that is so critical, and we saw this over and over, is you really must have health promoting food. And so we really want to bring that to our members. But our restaurant, for example, is public facing. We want anyone who wants to have that type of food to have access to that. And so, very welcoming. We have incredible information. It's a fantastic menu. We have very high quality standards. We curate what we're selling. So, food is critical.
A little bit of a leading question in that, just given the ties to Whole Foods, the experience, now having the restaurant, is there any aspiration to say, do whether it's meal delivery or groceries or a deeper integration to make this health promoting food more accessible?
For us, meal plans is very much on the radar. It's just not, if you will, a phase one when we open, but the ability to have food that you can have prepared, that you can eat during the course of your week, whatever number of days you might want, is very much on our roadmap.
And then you kind of already said, with telehealth, that's available in cities maybe where there's not a Love Life, hinting at there's going to be more Love Lives. Recognizing that we're early, what is the near term plan in terms of, are there already other locations in the works or cities that you're targeting? And then longer term, if we fast forward 5-10 years, how many locations are there? Is there a goal now, or maybe even the thought to say, hey, this is where we want to be in terms of the number of locations or cities?
So, as you know, we just opened our very first flagship this month, just a few weeks ago. So we're incredibly focused on that and growing that and making it very successful. Our goal is that we can open these across America and beyond. That's clearly the long-term goal in terms of transforming health and healthcare for this country and beyond. We certainly talk about Austin internally quite a bit because we are, most of us live there and we are very passionate and we'd love to be able to have one ourselves, to be able for somewhat selfish reasons as well. So that's our goal, is that we can really make our LA location here successful that we just opened and then grow this beyond, much like we took Whole Foods from, a tiny store in Austin to across the US as well as the world.
Just thinking about beyond Love Life, whether you're accessing it there or elsewhere, are there any, whether it's trends or modalities or kind of aspects of the industry that you're just personally interested in, have been pursuing or excited about as you think about like the shift towards preventative wellness in general?
The whole concept of integrated and holistic is so important. Bringing together a care team that looks at the whole you and not going to all these different providers that don't speak with each other is just critical. And I think America is ready for this. We want something different. We are getting sicker. We are not getting healthier. So bringing something that is integrated, that is holistic, and it's very personalized. Each of us needs different things. We're in different stages. We're on a spectrum. We need to be met where we are. So I think that is really huge. Another one that I'm very excited about is just the trend toward these different wellness modalities and therapies and their true medical therapeutic effect and how they can be integrated into a care plan that is truly not just for wellness, but has true, whether it's mental, whether it's cardiovascular, true health benefits that many of us, I mean, I feel like I'm still learning here. It's new and learning that it's not just trendy, it has true health benefits, and integrating those into the care plan, I think is fantastic. And I think the third one to hit on is around, data and technology. Just learning about our bodies, knowing our numbers, knowing our information, and really being able to track it so we can improve it. If we can't measure it and see it, we can't improve it. For example, if you're a member at Love Life, you could wear a CGM. You may not need one, but the data that it shows you how you live your day, when you eat, how you eat, what you eat, how other things that you do impact all of your systems in your body is so critical. And so I think that's the other trend is really understanding our body, how it works, and what impacts it positively and negatively is a very important thing to move toward.
Yeah. Wrapping up, I know when we've posted about and talked about Love Life, people are already, you mentioned being it's early, one location, but certainly interested and, hey, bring it to my city. I would love one of these near me. So for folks who are interested in learning more, already following along, where would you point them? The website or socials? How can they learn more?
Absolutely. Obviously, our website, which is www.love.life, or our social channels, which at the official Love Life. But you can also download our app and just start to experience some of our offering and see what we have to offer.
Perfect. We will make sure everything is linked along with the show notes here. Encourage people to learn more. And thanks so much for joining us today. Excited to share the conversation.
Thank you so much for having us and excited to bring Love Life to the world and just appreciate you having us.
Thanks for listening to today's episode. If you got value from the conversation, please consider subscribing and sharing the podcast with a friend or colleague. It's a massive help. And if you want more content like this, including news and insights on the latest industry developments, subscribe to the Fitt Insider newsletter at insider.fit.co. And one more thing, you can learn more about our recruiting and consulting services at fit.co. That's FITT.co. I'll see you here next week.